Ever wonder what life was really like for our earliest ancestors? Forget the cartoon cavemen dragging clubs around. The Stone Age, which lasted for a staggering 3.4 million years, was an incredibly dynamic and inventive period of human history. Let's travel back in time and uncover the truth about life in the Age of Stone. First off, the Stone Age wasn't just one long, unchanging era. It's divided into three main periods: the Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and Neolithic. That's the Old, Middle, and New Stone Age. Each one brought massive changes in how humans lived, thought, and interacted with their world. Let's start with the Paleolithic, the longest chapter in the human story. For hundreds of thousands of years, our ancestors were hunter-gatherers. This wasn't a desperate, hand-to-mouth existence. They were highly skilled survivors who understood their environment intimately. Men often hunted large game like mammoths, bison, and deer in coordinated groups, a dangerous but rewarding task. Women, on the other hand, were the primary gatherers, collecting a huge variety of plants, nuts, berries, and insects. This gathering actually provided the most reliable and consistent part of their diet. Their toolkit was impressive. They didn't just have rocks. They had precision instruments. Using a technique called knapping, they could flake off sharp pieces from stones like flint to create spearheads, hand axes, and scrapers for cleaning animal hides. These weren't just tools. They were the Swiss Army knives of the prehistoric world, essential for everything from butchering a kill to crafting new gear. And where did they live? Not always in caves. Caves were great, but they were also prime real estate for bears and other predators. More often, they built temporary shelters out of branches, animal skins, and mammoth bones. They were nomadic, following the herds and the seasons, living in small, tight-knit family groups. But what really sets them apart is their art. Deep within caves in places like Lascaux in France and Altamira in Spain, they painted stunningly realistic animals on the walls. Using pigments made from minerals, they created masterpieces that have lasted for tens of thousands of years. Were these for hunting magic, storytelling, or spiritual rituals? We don't know for sure, but they give us a powerful glimpse into the minds of our ancestors. They weren't just surviving, they were creating. As the last ice age ended around 10,000 BC, the world changed, and so did humans. This marks the beginning of the Mesolithic, or Middle Stone Age. The megafauna like mammoths died out, and forests spread across the land. Humans adapted brilliantly. They developed smaller, more refined stone tools called microliths, which could be set in the bone or wood to make things like arrows and sickles. They hunted smaller game, fished in the newly formed rivers and lakes, and began to live in more settled communities for parts of the year. This shift set the stage for the biggest revolution of all, the Neolithic period. Around 12,000 years ago, in a region called the Fertile Crescent in the Middle East, humans did something groundbreaking. They started farming. They learned to cultivate crops like wheat and barley, and to domesticate animals like goats, sheep, and cattle. This was a game changer. Agriculture meant a stable food supply. For the first time, people could stay in one place year-round. They built permanent villages with sturdy houses made of mud brick and wood. This led to a population boom. With more people living together, societies became more complex. We see the emergence of leaders, specialized jobs like potters and weavers, and the beginning of trade networks. This new lifestyle also brought new challenges. Farming was hard work, diets became less varied, and living in close quarters meant diseases could spread more easily, but there was no turning back. The Neolithic Revolution laid the foundation for civilization as we know it. From the first sharpened stone to the first permanent village, the Stone Age was a period of incredible innovation and resilience. It's the story of how we became us. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into our amazing past. See you next time.